Hey everyone, it's Michelle here. I'm a Kiki in 1988. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. On this video right here. I may or may not be a little delusional and a little shopping high. I did something that I have never done before, and I stayed up late last night because this is the drop that I've been waiting what feels like my entire adult life for. I watched the Coach Runway earlier the year, and there were so many things that just resonated with my personal style, with colors that I love. And while half of y'all were busy complaining that this wasn't the drop, I was like, oh, this is my drop. Like, this is my opportunity to get the things that I really, really want. So I stayed up late last night. I'd already checked in with my essay and kind of had an idea about what might be at the store, what was up in the air. And so there was a few things that I knew I wasn't gonna be able to get at my store likely. So I ordered those online. There are a few things that now, having seen them in the store, I know that as soon as they get here, I'm gonna go return them. It is what it is. I may or may not show you those in another video, or I'll probably highlight those in the walkthrough that I did, which will just be on my channel on shorts or in short form content. But okay, but there was one bag that I really wanted to get, and there were some personal things I needed to work out to figure out if this was going to really be the bag for me. I will preface all of my discussion about today's drop and purchases by saying that I knew I wanted to make some major purchases in this drop, and I knew that I wanted to do it guilt-free, and I knew that I did not want to spend any of the money in my bank account. So as many of us have been doing over this last season, and especially since the Coach Summer Sale, I had kind of just been going through my collection and really sitting and thinking about what are some bags I haven't worn in quite a while, pulling those bags out, trying to wear them, trying to figure out why I'm not wearing them, and understanding how those bags do or don't fit into my current collection. Long story short, I did sell quite a few of the bags. So going into today's drop, I had actually already had about $1,200 worth of credit from bags that I sold. It's really kind of interesting because I think as I've been more intentional about researching bags, I have been purchasing some bags that either sell out sooner or they're a little bit harder to find. And so as I sold those bags, I was actually able for the first time to make some money on some of these bags versus just breaking even or even losing a little bit. So I'm very grateful for that. And then ironically, last night as I was up online looking for bags and things I was gonna be purchasing from this drop, I started getting notifications and I sold like 3 more bags, which gave me like another $1,000. And I was like, that is so weird, but I get it. And so I'll show you in another video which bags I've let go this year, and especially most recently some of the bags that I let go. Anyway, bag business. So there was, I got some of the stuff online, which I cannot wait to show you. I've already got a notification first thing this morning, which is this Wednesday, August 27th. I already got a notification that 2 of my shipments have already mailed out, so which is great. I'm here in Texas. Hopefully I'll get those very soon. There was one bag that I knew that I wanted, but I was going back and forth because like I recently bought another bag in this color. There are some similarities like on certain components of the bag. I've never bought this type of leather before. Do I want this color? Do I want that? And I was like, you know what? Don't buy it online. If you buy it online and you wait, you're gonna have so many regrets. Go see it in person so you can see all the different variations and really see if this is something you wanna do. And so ironically, my sales associate just happened to be in the store today. So she and I both planned to meet up there about the same time this afternoon, which was always great. She's a fun person to work with because she's not just a salesperson. She is a true Coach lover. I'm gonna keep reiterating, if you're not following her name is Monica, but if you're not following her handle on TikTok is bougie_baddie_7. She has so many great Coach insights, but also if you're a person who lives in an area that maybe doesn't have a Coach nearby, as Coach has been expanding their business model and allowing a lot of their social associates to essentially advertise on social media, a lot of these stores are also now shipping bags out. So if you don't have a sales associate and you need one, go find one online. I would definitely recommend bougie_baddie_7, or in her same store, who actually used to be her sales associate, is Manny. I think is Manny DTX. Dallas North Park, I personally think, has some of the best sales associates. It's a great diverse store. I love that it kind of like fights against the general population of that mall. They stay busy and they have a lot of loyal customers, but they also have really great customer service. I've never been treated poorly or not given the attention that I was asking for or the help that I was asking for. All right, so let's get right to bag business, because this was the one bag that I could not figure out from online shopping. And I was like, you know what, let me just take my lunch break. I'll go out there, I'll look at it, I'll see what it is. It was everything that I thought it would be and a little bit more. I did contemplate some of the other colorways, but I was like, no, I'm gonna get this because I don't have this. So I do now have this. You can probably guess, Yeah, I got the Coach Compass bag in the size 25, and this is in the color olive. Now let me take off my green glasses as I look at this, but this bag is so beautiful. So very impressed by it from the moment that I laid eyes on it in the store. You know, I wanted to see if the squish was as squishy as people had talked about. If you have watched any of my other videos or seen the video that I did last year on the Gotham 25, it was a great bag. It was a perfect size, but it didn't have that quite squish factor, and I didn't like that it had the flat handles that I knew would curl over time. There were just a few different things that kind of played into it, and I think I struggled with just the overall color combination. But when I saw this bag and I heard some of the reviews and I talked to some of the other content creators about the bag, I was like, let me go look at this. And I really appreciate this price range. I don't know what it is, but I feel like my perfect price range in Coach is like $295 to $395. I do have a few bags just outside that range. Those mid bags just seem like they always serve their value to me, and I think serve their purpose and are some of my most kept bags, right? Like my Brooklyns, my Joni, you know, just other bags like that. And this is right there in it. And I, you know, love that, especially with Coach, that Coach is, you know, truly more and more like a unisex brand. So, you know, you see men on our side of the aisle buying our purses, and I think it's fair that we go to their side of the aisle and get some of their bags. And this Compass 25 is just gorgeous. So let me go ahead and get the rest of the wrapping off. All right, I got all the wrapping removed, and as you can see, it does come with a nice thick guitar strap, which I appreciate, but I'm not truly a fan of like crossbodies or guitar straps in general. I've considered that maybe I would want to wear this as a long shoulder. I don't know. So I'll just put that in storage for now. So everything is removed from the bag. It's got a great squish, and this is literally what I'm going to do with the bag to wear it in. I wanted just that nice slouchy drop. I love that this Compass bag is, you know, reminiscent. I think everybody's calling it like, you know, the Speedy dupe. It's got the squish, it's got the great factor. It's going to have a nice hang once it, you know, gets worn in, but it's not trying too hard to look like or be like the Speedy. I do love that with this green, they did the silver hardware. If you don't know, I am the queen of green, and I love the cool tone greens, especially in things like bags. And so pairing it with silver versus like gold or gunmetal even, I feel like was where they really won on this bag. I do love that on this bag versus the Gotham bag, you have the static handles that are rolled handles, so they'll stay standing up. It also makes it perfect for things like bag charms or hang tags. And these are reminiscent of like the Empire handles, which I also love. Just has that minimal branding, as you can see, with the heat stamp. This does have feet, which I love. They're also silver. You've got those great D-rings on the side, which I will just be using for the decorations. I'll be honest with you, I have no idea how I'm gonna style this bag yet. I just know I have a few accessories that are gonna work well for it. It's got this large, lovely pull tab. And then probably, and ironically, one of my favorite features on this bag is that we have a dark interior, so it's a dark green. At the back, you just have the Coach Creed, and then on the other side, you have a rather large snap pocket. I would say it's almost large enough to slip a phone into, and that's it. So just nice, sweet, and simple. So I know in person and online even, you can tell that this green is a little bit different than some of the other green bags we're seeing in the Olive collection. And I think that's fair considering the leather's a little different. That's one thing I always try to remind myself, especially with Coach leathers, is that it can be the same color, but each type of leather is going to pull the color a little bit differently. And I think for me personally, I saw it especially with the dark lime. So this is genuine full grain leather, but I thought I would show you this in comparison to my olive turnlock and then also compare it to last year's dark lime. So give me a second. As you can see, the green on the turnlock and the green on the compass are actually very similar. I did hold this up to the olive empire and saw there is a little bit more of a difference. I think it's because of the burnishing. These are very close. Definitely the green is more saturated on the turnlock. And then of course we have the difference in the hardware. That's part of how I justify getting this bag. This is gonna be my more, you know, casual chic. This is gonna be my more casual dump bag. I love a good dump bag. I love a bag I don't have to worry about tossing and throwing around. And so that's my excuse for this one. So I honestly didn't think I was gonna move right into this, but as I'm holding it and just feeling the squish all over again, I think I'm about to. But I do also wanna compare the olive compass to last year's dark lime. So as you can see, they're good complementary colors, but definitely the olive is darker. I typically am not an olive fan, but I do love that this olive is what I consider to be more of a natural olive. I love the greens that are mimicking like colors you see in nature versus being a very synthetic green. And this is honestly, again, one of my favorite wallets. I did get this at the end of last year. Got the little Coach Creed on it, and I love that the Essential Slim card case dark lime actually did have the silver hardware as well. So those two are going to be a great complement. So I think we're about ready to move in. But great bag. So I'm glad I was able to go see it in person. If you're on the fence, I don't know what to tell you. Buy it, don't buy it, go see it, don't go see it, sit and wait. I don't know what stock is like. I don't know if it's going to sell out. I don't know. The Gotham wasn't even half as good as this bag, and that bag sold out a few times, especially in certain colorways. So maybe just call your store, see how many they have in stock, and see what you can do. I cannot wait to get this going. Okay, so next thing, one of my favorite things of buying bags at Coach and why I've been kind of migrating to buying them in person more is that I also do love the opportunity to get the hang tags, which, as a reminder, in order to be able to purchase a customized hang tag, you do have to either purchase a bag or a small leather good. So that's not ever really an issue. Again, I'm obsessed with cities, and as I've been migrating to these fall colors, I wanted to get one more Dallas tag. So I did. So I got this beautiful brown, and I had them print that in gun lock so that it would just go well with this bag, but also I'm setting up some of my hang tags for a bag setup that I'll be showing a little bit later on, maybe in the month, maybe next month. So I got a hang tag. And then I thought that I was going in store to purchase the Olive Essential Slim card case, but somebody had leaked the half flap card case online. And I was like, I know I've seen that wallet before. And I think I'd seen the outlet version. I don't know if they had the essential half flap card case in retail before or not. But when I saw it in Olive, I put the essential card case down and I got it because this is just a little smaller than the essential card case, but it has a very similar functionality. I also love like the Bandit wallet, but I do hate that the Bandit doesn't have a slot for change. And the essential half flap solves all that. But again, comparing green to green, the compass has the silver hardware, the essential half flap card case does have gold hardware. That's perfect, and that's gonna be so great together. Quick comparison of those two wallets. The essential card case is taller. It's just a little taller this way. So great compact wallet, even more compact wallet. This one real quick, just to show you what it looks like. It doesn't open all the way, it's just that literally half flap. So in here, you've got a card slot in the back. You have 1, 2 card slots in front of it, so 3 total. And then you have that nice open space, which does have some thickness to it. I might try later and see if I can get a key fob to sit in there. If not, it'll probably just be for cash or receipts. And then what I love is that you do still have that zippered coin pocket, and that holds just the right amount of change for me. On the back, you do also still have that slot, which I love because that's where I keep my pesky Costco cards so I don't have to dig in and out for it. and it'll stick out just a little bit, so I can just flash my wallet at them and go in and give me my slice of pizza. But I'm glad I saw this. I'm glad my store had it, and it's very beautiful. I didn't think that any wallet would ever rival the Essential Slim card case for me, but I think this one's going to, so we'll see how that goes. They do have a few other colors. It did come out in Merlot, and I want to say they have black and maybe one other one. And I believe they are the exact same price as the Essential Slim card case, which I was like, man, can't they even just be like a $10 difference? But there wasn't. This one is, yeah, $95, just like the Essential Slim card case. So, great one. I don't know which bag. I don't know which wallet I'm gonna use, but it's gonna be tough. But that's everything that I brought home with me today. I do have my items coming via mail, so I'll be eagerly awaiting those and enjoying this and my other bags in the meantime. What else? Oh, I got one of those Coachtopia bags. So let me know if you can guess what color I got. And Monica, you don't get to guess. Manny, you don't get to guess either because I was blabbing. But I'd be interested to know, did you guys check out any of the Coachtopia bags? Were you interested in any of the items, the wallets? Were you surprised by what Coachtopia came with? Were you not surprised? Talk to me. I'm gonna just be doing computer work for the rest of the evening, so I need some entertainment. But thank you for watching this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.